no, we're not going to get Fallon on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That alone isn't going to keep next season interesting. So I have high hopes for Atlanta. It was the juggernaut, but I don't know. I think Potomac is in trouble, and watching this reunion is cringeworthy because so many things are being handled wrong. And I think everyone just up there looks blindsided and they're watching this whole franchise slip away. Lisa Rinna and Kathy, they were out. We had a benefit here in LA for cancer awareness, women's cancer awareness. Crystal was there, so was Kyle, Kathy, and Rinna. Kathy and Rinna took a picture together. Things move on in Hollywood, guys. Things move on. So they looked hunky-dory, as we shall say. And you all come for Rinna based on her appearance, saying she had too much fillers. She agrees. The fillers are being dissolved. She's in a new ad with her daughter for Marc Jacobs. I don't know if you saw that. I believe it was with Delilah Bell. I don't know. I like Rinna. You know, they're rebooting Melrose Place. Well, they're trying to. Heather Locklear, Daphne Zuniga, and Laura Layton are shopping it around. They're all headed to 90s Con in Florida in September. I will be there. I have no fucking idea where it is. I think it's Tampa. I hope it's in Tampa. I really enjoy Tampa, Florida, and I really do not enjoy Orlando. So I hope it's in Tampa. Heather Locklear might be there, but if there's a Melrose Place reboot, will Rinna join? I don't know. I think Rinna will feel like she's above it, but she should join. I'm not even sure the thing is going to be green lit. Both incarnations of 902 coming back. Well, one was kind of successful. The other one failed. We tried Melrose. I don't know how that's going to go, but I am all for them shopping around a Melrose Place reboot. And if there ever was going to be one, Heather Locklear being attached will help that. I just don't think it's going to be green lit, but I am going to go to 90s Con, and Lisa Rinna, you better be on the Melrose Place a reboot because you're acting Mommy Meanest. Got to check that out on Lifetime. Scheana Shay says that, yeah, things are still not great with her and Ariana. She attended her second. She went at the beginning of the season, the beginning of her run on Chicago. She just went to see Ariana again to close out her time on Chicago. Says they did not speak after. Well, girl, you got on a plane. Did she get on a plane and fly 3,000 miles, or was she already here for Watch What Happens? Regardless, they didn't really speak after. Scheana said it's harder after the reunion to be close to Ariana. We all know where Lala feels about Ariana. Lala wants the paycheck. Lala's going to single-handedly give us this season 11. Thank you, Lala Kent. Now, Jax has spoken out and said, what the hell? We all know he called Vanderpump scripted. We know that he has apologized since. Meaning that Lisa Vanderpump and the network probably called him and said, girl, do you want the Valley to be successful? You're on thin ice. These people are making way more than you, and the show is successful. Your Valley is like hanging on each week. It's doing okay, but girl, don't you be criticizing our hit here. So, I mean, I don't think Jax just woke up and had a conscience. I think the network called and said, girl, you better apologize. And he stuck his tail up his ass and between his legs and apologized for calling it scripted. But, he also said that, what the hell is up with Scheana Shay and why is she always out and she's never home with baby Summer Moon? She's keeping Brock at home with Summer Moon. And why is she in Chicago seeing Ariana? Well, Scheana got very upset, fought back tears when she responded to this. That she cannot believe. And she says she is a good mother, that she stays home with Miss Moon. And when Miss Moon goes to bed at 9 p.m., she goes out and she's out for work. She's at Coachella right now and she's there for work. She is posting, I think for Smirnoff Ice, saying paid partnership, blah, blah, blah. But she said, be careful, Jax, be careful, because I'll talk about your deep, dark secrets. And then she says, it is about the pasta with Jax. James says it is not about the pasta, but with Jax. Scheana says it is about the pasta. And we all know pasta means cocaine. That is what it means in the Vander regions. And so This is not the first time we've heard on this podcast that Jax loves the pasta, aka cocaine. That is what Scheana is implying. And she's also saying, be careful. The same way, now we learn that Michelle on The Valley has a deep, dark secret. I'm still loving Kristen on the show. I really love Kristen Doty. I think she makes great TV. Miss Janet, though, she's one to watch, you guys. Still liking The Valley, not loving it, confused, trying to figure it out. If y'all cancel it and never watch it again, I would understand. I'm torn, my guys. I'm torn. Bethany Frankel, Miss Frankel. She is rebranding. Here is the thing. I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself in a sense. I was going down a road recently. I'll give you this much. I was going down a road to do a side hustle project with two housewives, like a second podcast. And some incarnation of that might happen. There was one housewife involved who became a little too high maintenance. And I'm like, I don't need to be a part of this. But the point is, the point I am trying to make, and the side thing, that's a whole nother story, but it wasn't going to take me away from this. But my point is, if you have something that is working properly, you don't shift courses all the time. It's working. If the train ain't broke, don't fix it. We're in season 11 of Vanderpump Rules. Here we are. But tweak it maybe. But I mean, Bethany has revised this fucking podcast so many times. I honestly and truly cannot keep up between Rewives and Just Be and this and that. Now we have Just Be divorced. Now, here's the thing that nobody seems to understand. When you don't have a podcast and then you do or you make a change, it pushes you to the top of the charts. Like if I started this second podcast with these two housewives, we'd be like number one on the charts. Like we'd come out number one. But because the way the charts work, it's the differential. So I'm not going to bore everyone with this. But the point is, if you have 0 downloads and then the next week you have 5,000 downloads, you will be higher on the charts than if someone has 90,000 downloads and the next week they have 90,001, because the differential delta change is not that great. So everyone kind of comes out at number one, top of the charts, number 4. That doesn't mean anything. But Bethany has come out, look, maybe it will be interesting. Are we excited to hear about Bethany's divorce? I take it as like, okay, like in business, you should always be reinventing yourself. And I don't know. I'm just like, if it's one successful podcast, wouldn't it be working? We all know she says she's now the problem and she canceled herself and she won't talk about Housewives anymore. Girl, it just didn't work for you.